So Valerio, how can I use tarot to improve my life without reading? We know readings are difficult because it's very tricky to read cards to yourself, and to have always somebody reading cards to you is not so easy to find, and also to find a good professional is not so straightforward. So in this video I give you 3 ways to use tarot to improve your life without the need of having a reading. I'm Valerio Verrea, this is Tarology Academy, where I teach how to use traditional tarots to improve your life through their power, their archetypical powers. There are courses and there are one-to-one consultation. If you want to know more, check it out, the link in the descriptions. So how to use these tarots? Well, the first thing that we think about, of course, is the tarot reading. But it is very tricky, because if I want to read cards to myself, it's not easy, because when I read them, my mind comes into play, and my mind tries to lie to myself, and to have like a clear and non-partial view of what comes out of the cards is super complicated, and therefore reading cards to ourselves is not so useful at the end. We need somebody else, but also to find somebody which is professional, competent, ethical, and does it in a good way also is not so easy. So what to do? Well, the first thing to think about is the real power of tarot, so where the power of tarots come from. And what we know is that tarots are powerful not because they are any magic thing, but because of the archetypical power which reside inside of the tarots. Each card is able to connect to our subconscious part, and is able therefore to activate, to connect ourselves, to open portals inside of ourselves where we can see, we can look, and we can connect to parts of ourselves which are actually part of the collective subconscious that we all live in. And from this, we can easily understand how we can use them. Number 1, the first thing that we can do with cards is to use them to activate specific aspect of our life. For example, if I get a card like La Force, which is number 11, which talk about emotion and the ability to stay focused, deal with emotions, it can be very useful if I'm living a moment in my life in which I need to deal with strong emotion. If I am in a moment in which I feel a lot of anger, a lot of jealousy, a lot of painful emotion, I can use this card. This card remind to our subconscious how to be present, how to stay in relationship with the emotion, how to stay focused, and use this relaxed power in order to guide our emotion. So if I want to do that, I can take this card and I can, for example, make copies of it all around my house. I can sleep with the card under my pillow or with the card above my bed. I can put this card in my pocket, or I can put it in inside of my shoe so I can walk on it. And in these ways, I can activate this archetype inside of my life. And in this way, my subconscious immediately receives this information. Focus, be centered, be focused, keep your power. And this is something that can be very useful to deal with those emotions. And this is a great way to improve our life very simply, very fast, using these images coming from tarots. Another way, number 2, to improve our lives using tarots is to use them in meditation. Because every tarot connects us with a specific aspect of our life. By using them in meditation, we can open portals inside of ourselves and use them to explore our subconscious. This is super interesting. I can use a card like Butler, number 1, which talk about childhood and playfulness. And by meditating, so I can watch this card and then make a deep meditation with the image of this card, keeping the card in my hand, watching the card. And with this, I can go and explore. For example, I can explore my childhood. I can explore what happened in my childhood. I can explore all the tools and what happened to my creativity, how creative I am, how can I improve my creativity in my life. And by meditating on this card, and I can activate all these aspects inside of myself. This is extremely useful. The third way to use tarot is to use them as a spiritual tool. What can we do? Well, we can use these images, which represent aspect of life, represent archetypical aspect of our subconscious, to put them around us, because these images all together, they represent the collective consciousness, they represent the unified consciousness, and they represent what in other cultures we can call God, we can call divinity. So the holiness of life is represented in these cards. It's a holiness which is part of ourselves. It's not an external God. It's something which is inside of ourselves. And by watching, by seeing this card around ourselves and placing them in our environment, we can very easily connect with that. So if we have a room where we want to make a yoga, meditation, sacred activity, we can use the 22 major arcana, and even better, all the 78 cards, in order to place specific images able to connect us with this expanded consciousness. And this is a great way to create a sacred space in our room, in our house. And these are 3 ways, very easy, to use tarot to improve our life. Of course, we need a very basic knowledge about tarot. This we can learn, we can get with a good book or just with a basic course. Actually, I will have soon a basic course available, and you will find the link in the description. And it is much easier than a tarot reading. A tarot reading is a really complex, it's professional work, but to use tarot in this way can be extremely beneficial and very, very easy. So I hope this video can help you in that. If you like this video, place a like, subscribe the channel, click on the bell please, so you can get all the notification for the next video that I place here for free on the channel, and see you soon here on Anima della Terra. Thanks for watching.